Yonder Alonso, rookie first baseman of the Padres 10 nights ago. His home run beat the Mariners in Seattle 1-0. Getting ready for action tonight as we welcome you to Petco Park in downtown San Diego. Game 1, 3-game weekend series, the Padres and the Seattle Mariners, as interleague action continues. And good evening, everyone, with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg. Pleased that you're with us on this Friday for the first of this weekend set with the Mariners. The Padres had their most successful series of the season up in the Great Northwest, sweeping all 3 games against the Mariners earlier, and we're going to see a terrific pitching matchup tonight.
You mentioned pitching. Well, that sets the tone for any series. As you mentioned, they swept the Mariners up in the Great Northwest, and tonight it's going to start with left-hander Clayton Richard. The last 2 starts for the old left-hander. What has he been doing? Yeah, strikeouts are aplenty, but he's been pounding the strike zone, working down the zone, a lot of ground balls. But one important thing, 14 2/3 innings pitched in those 2 starts, only 3 free passes. That's going to get it done. Hopefully it carries over to tonight.
Only 1 earned run in those last 2 outings as he's won the last 2. Likes to pitch here at home. His ERA at Petco 2.72. Now, 2 weeks ago tonight, Kevin Millwood and 5 of his pitching teammates threw a no-hitter against the Dodgers.
Well, Kevin Millwood threw a no-hitter by himself as a Philadelphia Philly back in the day, but it was a combined no-hitter here, as Dick mentioned. 6 quality innings, 6 strikeouts, and he left the ball game with a little bit of an injury, and he handed it over to the bullpen. Will Helmson with the grounder, carried it out. But one thing about Kevin Millwood, he'll hang some sliders. He's spotting his fastball. So let's see if the Padres can key on that hanging pitch, whether it's the fastball or slider, and kind of hit well against Millwood tonight.
So it's Clayton Richard going for 3 straight wins for the Padres against the veteran right-hander Millwood off of his no-hit, no-run game with help up in Seattle. And Logan Forsythe back in the lineup for the Padres tonight as they welcome the talented young infielder. Coming up, the Padres and the Mariners from Petco. And we're set to go here at Petco. The Mariners come in 30-41 in the American League West, 13.5 behind the Texas Rangers. Their second-year manager Eric Wedge has set his lineup. Here it is. Ichiro leads it off. Franklin Gutierrez, one of the best outfielders in the business, hits second. Then Kyle Seager and Justin Smoke. Casper Wells was just called up from the minor leagues when we were in Seattle and has produced a .309 average. As the first pitch of the game is in for a strike, the rest of the lineup, Miguel Oliva hits sixth, then Dustin Ackley, Brendan Ryan, and Kevin Millwood. Ichiro, 2 strikes on him. Clayton Richard looking for his third consecutive victory, allowing only 1 run in his last 14 2/3. Suzuki below average so far this year. A check swing roller up the middle, and Forsythe tested immediately. Throws it away into the dugout. May have hit the screen in front of the dugout, in which case Suzuki still at first base. Yeah, Forsythe, respecting the speed of Ichiro, hurried his throw.
And I think he had more time than he thought. The backhand, a little quick, yes, a little bit too quick, but Logan Forsythe, he can't afford to spend any other more time maybe with a crow hop. Got him by 2 steps if that throw is on line. Worked underneath a little bit, and thank goodness that ball does not go in the dugout. Ichiro stays at first base.
He has 9 stolen bases. Brings up Franklin Gutierrez, who's had good success against Clayton Richard. He's 5 for 11 in their meeting. He's had only 21 at bats, so don't be confused by that 190 batting average. He takes a strike. 29 years of age, from Venezuela. Gold Glove winner a couple of years ago. He's been battling a variety of injuries and ailments the last couple of seasons. Just outside, 37-year-old plate umpire Chris Conroy sees it wide. Hickox, Carlson, and the crew chief Hernandez at third base.
Well, this game, we always talk about it. Adjustments. Clayton Richard working ahead of Ichiro very quickly. He got his ground ball, but the play wasn't made. And just like that, right out of the stretch, another grounder would work just nicely right here.
High fly ball to deep left field. Back goes Quentin, still going back, and Gutierrez has cleared the wall. 2-run homer for Gutierrez, and the Mariners strike quickly, 2-0. Second home run for Gutierrez, hit one at Arizona in the series preceding this.
Well, a 1-1 pitch from Clayton Richard. He wanted it down and away. Remember, we've talked about location from Clayton Richard. Gutierrez gets that one way out in front. Put a great swing on it, but it all boils down to Clayton Richard missing with location. If he hits his spot, Gutierrez is not circling the bases.
So an error, a home run, and Seattle in front by 2. High fly ball off the bat of Kyle Seager into shallow right center. A trio of Padres, and it's Maben who makes the play. Defensively, San Diego with Quentin and Venable at the corners. Maben patrols center. Headley and Alonso at third and first. Cabrera and Forsythe, the double play combo. Nick Hundley behind the plate for Clayton Richard. Cleanup hitter, first baseman Justin Smoke, switch hitter, hitting .220. And takes a fastball at 88. Popped up off first, and that'll be back with the dugout of the Padres.
You know, I don't think that Gutierrez really smoked that ball, but it got out of here in a hurry. Didn't have that crisp sound off the sweet spot.
Plenty of distance. And no marine layer at this point early on a Friday night. Makes a difference. 1-2 the count. And that's strike 3 on the inside corner. Running fastball. Well, time now for our Lexus keys to the game. Mark?
Well, hopefully the Padres can play some catch up and sink the Mariners. Get it? Maritime lingo. Sink Mariners. Win the first game of the series. That's the way to start up. And keep the West Coast love. Clayton Richard pitching well in San Diego, LA, Oakland, Seattle. All those venues on the West Coast throwing up some good numbers. Got to hold him at 2 and let his hitters go to hacking.
Casper Wells steps in and hits one down the right field line softly beyond the bullpen and into the crowd. Wells, 27-year-old, played his college ball at Towson State. Hitting .309 and a 7-game hitting streak currently. Fly ball, shallow and right. Venables there. So left-hander Richard settles down, but not until Ichiro safe on an error, and Gutierrez brought him around on a home run to left. The largest 4G network, AT&T. Rethink possible. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by the Mossy Nissan Kearney Mesa dealership. Visit tomorrow from 5:30 to 7:30 in the evening for your chance to win an all-star game experience. Well, the Padres come up trailing 2-0 against right-hander Kevin Millwood. Gutierrez 2-run home run. And here's the Padres batting order. Venable followed by Maben and Headley. Carlos Quentin back in the starting lineup in left field. Leandro Alonso hits 5th. Logan Forsythe returns at second base. Then Everett Cabrera, Nick Hundley, and Clayton Richard. And the first pitch on the inside corner from the 37-year-old veteran from Bessemer City, North Carolina. His 14th start of the season. He has only 3 wins, and one of them a team no-hitter. Venable hitting .324 on the road, 180 at home, averaging out at .254.
Yeah, Will needs to get it going, and he knows that. Working hard with Phil Plantier.
Tried to get that same pitch that was called a strike, the first of this sequence.
Alonzo Powell also helping, and you know, Millwood can still get the fastball up there. It's a straight fastball. It will cut at times, but Will needs a good swing to try to get aboard here and break that series that he had against Texas.
2-2. Well, these Mariners, much like the Padres, enjoying better success hitting and home run totals away from Safeco Field in Seattle. Struck him out. Took something off that pitch, a slider. One away. Here's the defense. Wells, Gutierrez, and Ichiro in the outfield for the Mariners, with Seager and Smoke at the corners. Ryan and Ackley up the middle. Miguel Olivo, a Padre for a year, behind the plate for Kevin Millwood. Cameron Maben. He, like Venable, trying to connect the dots, find a way to battle back to the hitting style of a year ago. Bunts it foul. Chase Headley on deck.
Oh, Millwood can still have a little fuzz on that fastball. He doesn't throw as hard as he once used to, but he'll get up there about 93 miles an hour on the fastball, a slider, a changeup, and a curveball. You're going to get some strikes. The last 2 times out, he's only walked 2 batters in 11 innings.
And Markey's had terrific success right here in San Diego. He's 8-2, and that goes back. He's been around for a while, to games at Qualcomm. 8-2 in San Diego, and at Petco he's 4-0. 16th major league season for the 6'4" right-hander. 1-2.
And another reason why he's going to try to pound the strike zone is because he wants to eat up innings. He wants to take his Mariner team deep into the game, possibly go 6 or 7. If he can go 6, that's a plus for the Mariners.
His last win, May 23rd, so a full month ago plus, against Texas. He did not get the win in the no-hitter. Misses outside. One of only 67 men in baseball history, Carlos Quentin waiting his turn down in the hole. One of only 67, Millwood, to strike out 2,000 batters in a major league career. And struck out Venable to announce that he still has the goods to open the game. From Bessemer City, North Carolina.
This type of situation where you might throw him a breaking ball. You might see a slider here, 3-2.
Chop toward third, kicks foul. Well, first of 3 on the weekend tomorrow night. 7 o'clock game, 6 o'clock for Padres Live. Jason Marquis will go against Felix Hernandez, their top right-hander, and then the 1 o'clock game on Sunday, Volquez and Noesi are matched up. Strike 3 called. So Millwood gets Venable swinging and Maben looking.
Oh, 2-seam fastball that came back off the outside corner. Does he hit the corner? Oh, yeah, you betcha. Nice frame job by Miguel Olivo on that 2-seamer. You know, Kevin Millwood at the age of 37 is somewhat trying to reinvent himself as a pitcher. Back in the day when he was younger, he could, you know, throw the 4-seam by you. He was a power pitcher. That's some good pitching right there with the 2-seamer.
Chase Headley, 267 is average.
It looks like that fastball from Millwood is cutting a little bit.
And from our angle, it looks like it's riding half the width of the plate,
yeah.
Left or right. And he's ahead of Headley, 2 strikes.
Trying to keep the ball away. And when you look at the outfielders for the Seattle Mariners, that's the way they're playing. Casper Wells playing a little bit towards the left field line, indicating that if Millwood hits his spot, there's going to be a fly ball if it's up in the zone to left field.
Quinton on deck. He did not go around, says Angel Hernandez.
That's the second slider that Millwood has thrown that's been up, but up too much. The first one was striking out Venable. Bad slider up around the neck. That one there to Headley up around the chin.
Still got some, as you put it, hair on that fastball.
Yeah. Now, that one was 91 with a little bit of movement. Kind of sneaky fast from Millwood.
And first at bat, 3-2 count for Chase Headley, who has walked 42 times, top 5 in the National League. And he works Millwood for a walk with 2 away. That'll bring up Quinton, the potential tying run.
Third slider that has been way out of the zone. Had him 0-2, Chase Headley, but leave it to count, full count. He is on first base with 2 outs.
Mariners have been road warriors so far. 40 games on the road, more than any other major league team, and they've had a better record on the road, 18-22 away from Safeco, only 12-19 at home. Quinton has faced Millwood before, 4 for 9 with a home run.
Talked to Carlos before the game. Very likable guy. Really fired up about today's game. Looking forward to getting into that lineup and get this first game of the series against the Mariners. What a great guy. Always fun loving.
A bit terse, but fun loving.
Yeah, he's a gamer.
Pops it high off first. That'll make it back into the seats. Right down the middle.
Yeah, that was a hanger. And I mentioned earlier that Kevin Millwood hitting his spots the last couple of starts for the right-hander. And early on in this inning, he's up with the fastball, up with the slider.
Headley at first. Millwood with a 2-0 lead. And that's 20 pitches for him here in the first inning. Yonder Alonso will hit 5th. High fly ball toward the right field foul line. Ichiro has the speed into foul territory and makes the catch in front of his mates in the bullpen. After 1 at Petco, 2-0 to the visitors. Olivo, the catcher, will lead it off for Seattle. Ackley and Ryan to follow. Former Padre. Olivo was with San Diego in 2005 as basically the backup catcher. Hit .304.
Miguel had a good year as a Padre. Likable guy on the team. Realized what his role was and excelled at it.
He's in the starting lineup tonight. Jesus Montero, the brilliant 22-year-old catcher acquired from the Yankees, given a night off, out of the starting lineup.
Oh, he likes to swing it too. He loves the fastball. When Miguel Olivo starts a ball game, the M's are 13 and 19 with Olivo putting down the signs.
Slider in the dirt, 1-2 the count.
Oh, very cute. Enjoying a big league ball game. A lot of cute kids out here now that school's out, right, Dick?
Yeah, it's great to have the kids.
Absolutely.
Train them at an early age. That one lined into the left field corner and hooking. And not enough. And around the bases goes Olivo. Another home run. Just did catch fair territory deep in the left field corner. And it's 3-0 as Clayton Richard giving up a couple of early home runs.
Well, we talk about the slider down and in. Well, he didn't get it in enough and down on contact. That is mid-thigh high out in front, speeding up the bat of Olivo. I think that's a classic example of a hitter with a slider speed bat. Just didn't hit his spot. He wanted that down and in.
We were talking about the comparison of the Seattle team hitting at home versus the road. That's the 50th home run for the Mariners away from home. They have 17 at home, 50 on the road.
Unbelievable.
3-0. Well, we talked about Clayton Richard and winning the last 2 games and using the ground ball out. That's 5 straight balls other than the strikeout. 5 all in the air. Here's a ground ball. And Richard carrying it halfway to the bag before the underhand flip for the first out. Well, time now for the San Diego County Credit Union factoid of the game, and it involves a date in history. On June 22nd, 1976, Randy Jones tied Christy Mathewson's 63-year-old National League record, going 68 straight innings without a walk. His streak ends in the next inning when he walked Mark Hill to lead off the 8th. Padres won the game 4-2, so Randy Jones and Christy Mathewson share that record of throwing nothing but strikes.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Sharp shot at Forsythe, knocks it down, throws in time to get Brendan Ryan. Well, Forsythe quick enough to pounce on that sharp shot that he blocked off his chest and glove for the second out.
Now that's a ball player there. Logan Forsythe taking it off his body, keeping it in front. Takes a good 2-3 steps. It's a one hopper. And quite honestly, how many infielders would try to backhand that one? Not Logan Forsythe. He's going to take it right in the chest or wherever.
Yeah, I think that was a wherever.
Yeah.
This is Kevin Millwood, the pitcher. He's had only 3 at bats this year, 0 for 3. But you saw that first swing. He goes for it. He's been around long enough to have had his at bats, 470 of them. There's his career mark, 121 with 4 home runs. And he takes strike 3 and knew it. Second strikeout for Clayton Richard, but Olivo hammers his 6th home run of the season, and the Mariners lead 3-0. Padres celebrating Negro Baseball night here at the Ball Yard, and some of the greats from the Negro League honored, and Tom Garfinkel, the president, presenting a $7,500 check to the Negro Baseball Hall of Fame in Kansas City. I've had a chance to visit there. It's a terrific museum, and Bob Motley is the last of the living umpires from the Negro League. That alone is worth congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
And then worked in the Pacific Coast League, a war hero as well, a couple of Purple Hearts, and the Padres gave each of you chaps a gold medal tonight.
Sure did.
How was the luncheon today? It's nice to see a lot of people down there attending.
The luncheon were great today.
And you had a chance to work behind the plate as we go to the bottom of the second inning, and Yonder Alonso, first pitch hunting, sends a high fly ball to right fielder Ichiro, and there's one away, and that'll bring up Logan Forsythe. Luncheon today, the gentlemen were honored. Dave Winfield was there, and going through the museum in Kansas City, and to look at all the names and the wonderful nicknames of the players in the Negro League, and one of my favorites, just because the stories they tell about him, Cool Papa Bell, supposedly the fastest ever in the Negro League. Did you umpire when Bell was playing?
No, that was just before my time.
But you were there for maybe Satchel. Did you see Satchel pitch?
I saw Satchel pitch for probably about 40 ball games. I worked in the league.
Well, tell us about Satchel. We can't hear enough about him.
Satchel Paige was one of the greatest pitchers I ever umpired.
Was he the hardest thrower, Mr. Motley?
He wasn't a harder thrower, but he was a point thrower. Wherever he wanted to throw that ball, he threw it right to the catcher mitt.
Now, if I could hear right now, what was your strike call? When you said strike three call, what was your call?
Strike three.
Oh, come on. You had to be more animated than that.
Strike three!
There you go. Yeah. So that's great. There's a nice article in the monthly magazine from Cooperstown, the Baseball Hall of Fame, on Satchel. Line drive, Forsythe, and Ackley is there to deny. 2 away. And they said that he had names for all of his pitches. He had fastball came in several sizes. He said Long Tom was the hardest. Little Tom was a little softer. He had the wobbly ball. He had the 4-day rider, the slow gin fizz, the butterfly, the step and pitch it, the ephus, the thoughtful stuff, the 2-hump blooper, the midnight creeper, the submariner, the side armor, the alley-oop, and the drop ball, and the single curve, double curve, and triple curve. He had 3 different curve balls?
He sure did. And he could pitch and throw that ball exactly where he wanted the ball to land.
Greatest hitter in the Negro Leagues, Mr. Motley. Who do you think would have that title? Josh Gibson?
I didn't umpire when Josh Gibson.
You can go ahead and think about it as we look at Everett Cabrera. Cabrera works the count to 1-1, hitting .262, and has really been very productive in the last 26 games, a .311 average. Anyone come to mind as maybe the best, most powerful hitter that you saw in the Negro League?
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now, but he played for the Kansas City Monarchs, and he was signed by the St. Louis Browns. Can't think of his name right now.
Chopped back to the mound, and Millwood takes care of it. A 1-2-3 inning. And Mr. Motley, it's a delight to have you with us, as briefly as it may be, and stay healthy at 89. You look like you could get behind the mask right now.
I think I could get behind the plate right now and call balls and strikes.
You give the corners about that much, right, for the pitchers?
That's right.
Thanks for the visit.
Okay, well, thanks for having me.
3-0. The Mariners lead it on a couple of home runs as we go to the third inning, and Ichiro takes ball one from Clayton Richard. He was safe on the air by Forsythe, throwing error, and scored on GUTIERREZ home run in the first inning. And then the solo blast by Miguel Oliva made it 3-0, and saw a fly ball into center field that drops for a hit. Number 2,505 in his American Major League career for Ichiro.
So Ichiro, hands back, body going forward, getting jammed, but elevated, enabling him to dump that over the shortstop's head and in front of Cameron Maben in center field.
And here's GUTIERREZ. Home run to deep straightaway left field his first time. Just activated from a rehab assignment when we were in Seattle a week ago. Couple of home runs this week. His best home run year was 3 years ago. He had 18.
Let's see if Clayton Richard incorporates the changeup now to Franklin GUTIERREZ after hitting that home run in the first inning. It was a fastball, and he finds himself ahead 0-1.
Well, he's given up 12 home runs this year. Clayton, 11 of the 12 right-handed hitters, only one to a left-handed batter. Oh, shattered bat goes flying, and the ball squeaks through to right field, and there goes Ichiro to third base. The throw by Venable won't be in time. Ichiro, despite his age, can still leg it out. Makes it to third easily on the broken bat single. GUTIERREZ.
Oh, shrapnel flying all over the place. GUTIERREZ hitting the home run, then going the opposite way, and Ichiro going first to third, did not even hesitate. I think when he was at first base, he could see where Forsythe was. He could see where Alonso was. He could not get to that baseball, and he turned down the Jets to end up at third base.
Frustrating start for Richard in the inning. He gives up a bloop single by Ichiro and a broken bat ground ball with eyes through the right side for first and third, no one out.
And that's why, as a pitcher, you have to keep the same mindset. You made some good pitches. The Mariners just having to capitalize here, but needs, if anything, a ground ball here. Roll two, give up a run.
Kyle Seager flying to center his first at bat and takes a strike.
Well, the strikeout would be ideal. Then you keep the double play in order. Any way you can get outs right now. He's got to concentrate, make that adjustment, work down, use that grass. Think down.
Ground ball to Alonso. Goes to second for one. Back to first. Not in time. Well, Alonso gave a look to third to check Ichiro. That cost him the double play, but it saved the run. So the Mariners come out with one out, still first and third occupied.
And it just took that little bit. But look at the pitch. It was down and away. Seager tries to hook it, and just that little bit. I'm just glad that Alonso didn't airmail that throw to second base, because his full commitment wasn't to second base. He was kind of off kilter a little bit.
Exactly right. He was stepping toward third and throwing to second.
It was almost like a pickoff move, right, for a pitcher going to first base. Stepping one way and throwing the other. But like you said, Dick, at least they get an out there.
Same as a strikeout. First and third, one out, and brings up Smoke hitting from the right side, a potential double play candidate. He struck out on a third strike called the first time up. 3-0 Mariners, and they threaten again here in the top of the third. Ooh, that's a shot. Watch out, watch out. Hopefully no one hit in that first row.
Wow.
Young child there in the lap of the blonde woman. Oh, two kids there.
I mean, you talked about coming in hot. I mean, that is just unbelievable.
Yeah, he had his glove.
Yes, he did. Yep.
2 strikes on Smoke.
Well, he likes to swing it, doesn't he, Dick?
He sure does. Both sides.
He is not afraid.
#1 draft pick by the Rangers 4 years ago. 11th overall.
See a member of the Flint Tropics semi-pro basketball team visiting Petco Park.
Plenty of room for the sunglasses up there, huh? What else might you find up there? You never know. In the dirt. Good stop. Hundley on the slider.
Wow. Is tonight like mullet night or something? Slider trying to bury it. Nick Hundley once again doing a great job smothering that slider.
First and third, one out here in the third. Fly ball center field. That's deep enough. Maben with a catch. Tagging and scoring is Ichiro. It's 4-0. Smoke with his 32nd RBI.
Getting something elevated down and away. You talk about plate coverage. Smoke has got it. And as soon as that ball was caught, Ichiro's going to score. You could hear from the field the infielders for the Padres yelling 2-2-2-2. They want to keep Kyle Seager at first base.
So the brief verbal code in baseball, when you want the throw to second, you go 2-2 to third, 3-3. Casper Wells flied to right his first at bat. Well, already this is a different Seattle team than we saw when the Padres swept them 3 in a row up at Safeco Field in Seattle a week ago. Eric Wedge's team with an early 4-0 advantage. 2 outs, a man at first. That's a strike.
Buzzing the tower to go 1-2.
Little bow tie. That was another in the Negro League language. You know, give him a little bow tie up and in around the Adam's apple.
Who was it? Sal the Barber Magley give hitters a little shave going up and in like that?
Yeah, he'd shave. He was the mentor of Don Drysdale. Runner goes inside. No chance for Hundley. A running start for Kyle Seager for the stolen base.
There was a breaking ball as well. High leg kick. He went on first move. Going on first move no matter what. If he comes over the first base, okay, that's the chance you take. There was a breaking ball down and in, and Nick just couldn't find the handle, get rid of it.
6th steal for Seager. 2-2 with 2 out. And the count goes full on Casper Wells. So when the series started with the Padres up in Seattle, Wells was not yet on the team. He was called up during the series. Gutierrez had just been called up. These two making contributions, and there's a 3-2 pitch low, ball 4. First walk from Clayton.
It looked like a pretty good pitch. He had him 0-2, but judging by the Fox tracks brought to you by my good friends at Southland Technology, that last pitch, Dick, it hit the bottom line of the strike zone for Clayton Richards. So Clayton not getting a call on that pitch. That's exactly where he wants to work. He wants to work down.
Well, that's where he's going to make his money down. That's where he gets his ground balls. And Darren Balsley offering a little piece of advice and encouragement. 2 on, 2 out to Miguel Olivo, who homered into the left field corner the last time. Just at the 336 sign.
Last pitch. Oh, yeah. Does that cost home plate? Looked like it was right at the knees.
Right, the way it was caught with the
kind of
glove going down.
Yep, exactly.
Tough for that plate umpire to call that a strike. Six home runs for Olivo this year. He hit 19 last year. That led the Mariner team. His home run in the second inning was hooking into the corner. Moment you wondered if it'd stay fair, but it cleared by about 15 feet into that first tier of the Western Metal Supply Company building.
You cannot throw Miguel Olivo a slider for a strike. It's got to be out of the zone.
Speed up his bat. 2-1. Mariners have scored every inning. 2-run homer Gutierrez in the first, solo homer Olivo in the second, a couple of scratch singles and a fly ball sacrifice fly in this the third inning. That back into the crowd.
See the location for Clayton Richard off. I mean, up and away in the strike zone, and that is not a good spot to be. Those are the perfect pitches to take the opposite way.
That lady doesn't even want to touch the baseball. Not the way it came in there.
Oh, that's nice.
Well done.
That's great.
The grown-up woman wouldn't touch it. The little girl will clutch it. Some kind of problem here. Conroy, the plate umpire, out in front of home plate, pointing toward. Oh, it's the backdrop.
It's only the owner of the team, Mr. Morris. That's okay. John, you can stay out there all you want.
Well, they could have stayed, but just like pine tar in the glove of a pitcher, they had too much barbecue sauce on their chin, you know, and that'll throw off. I was thinking about that. What if you put barbecue sauce in your glove? Would that be illegal?
Hey, I'll try it.
Full count now to Olivo.
And once again, up and away. That's when Clayton Richard is up and away to the righty. He's kind of working underneath the baseball a little bit and pushing it.
Runners will be off with the pitch. And the bases are loaded. Back-to-back walks. Wells and now Olivo to load them up. Seager moves to third. Wells to second. Olivo at first base for Dustin Ackley, the 24-year-old second baseman from the University of North Carolina. Bounced to the mound his first at bat. Next pitch for Clayton Richard with the wildness here. Number 50.
First pitch fastball, if it's a good one, he might be hacking. So Richard might counter with something off speed.
Fastball tails into the strike zone.
And that was a pitcher's pitch there. That's exactly where Clayton wanted to be, right on the outside corner. But that is not in Ackley's hot zone. So he took it.
Another fastball, a lot of movement.
Yeah, big gap, right center field, that way towards the beach. You can see that Clayton Richard trying to keep the ball away and have Ackley go that way. Maybe in the air.
Well, here comes a pressure pitch. A 2-1 count. Bases loaded. An action pitch coming up.
Just out of sync. Out of sync tonight early on for Clayton Richard.
27th pitch of the inning on its way. Strike. Good spot there on the outside corner. Ground ball to Forsythe. 4-3 on the putout. Third inning for the Mariners in the book. They get a run on 2 hits, and it's 4-0.
when they were told that they couldn't. I think it was, not only that, it's a great time for baseball in general, where you have that league that, in a lot of cities rivaled, the attendance of Major League Baseball.
That's Will Venable talking about the Padres saluting the Negro Leagues, and he was at the luncheon that the Padres hosted today as they honor the Negro Leagues in their annual salute. It is our Geico quote of the game. Guys, back to you.
All right, Layla, well done. The Padres saluting the Negro Leagues today with that luncheon and here at the ballpark tonight. And if you're in Kansas City, it's not right downtown. It's a little cab ride, but if you're a ball fan, it's a terrific museum to visit. Just, it was the attire, how the hotel, how they lived a totally different life, but played this great game of baseball at the highest level, but weren't allowed to play in the major leagues until 47. And of course, Jackie Robinson and those who followed, Larry Doby, early in the year. Then the old timers, the Negro League stars, and then they saluted them, and the Josh Gibson, the Satchel Pages, who Satchel himself getting into the American League, honoring their own as we honor them here tonight. Cool Papa Bell, we started to talk about him, being so fast, and that old story about hotel room, turn off the switch and be under the covers before the room was dark. And in many ways that was true. Nick Hundley, the hitter, bounces it to third and off the glove of Seager at third, and safe at first is Nick Hundley. We'll see how they score that. A bad hop. Hundley can use the hits. Padres can use some base runners.
Yeah, that was a short hop, but I think that's a play that's got to be made. I mean, I'm all about Nick Hundley getting base hits.
E5.
Yeah, I think that's a very makeable play.
The other cool Papa Bell story about his speed was they claimed that one time he was between first and second and got hit by his own line drive.
Oh, that's quick. Now that's quick.
Clayton Richards squares the bunt. And Millwood will get the out at first. Richard does his job. 1-4 on the sacrifice. Moving Hundley into scoring position. Getting even just one run here. Big for the Padres. Bottom of the third. Chip away at that 4-0 lead.
Getting back to the Negro Leagues, the one thing that I really love is the nicknames. My favorite was Ted Double Duty Radcliffe. Why double duty? Because he started the front end of a doubleheader and he caught the back end of a doubleheader. He did double duty.
There was Bill Reddy Cash, Albert Gunboat Davis.
Oh, love that.
Walter Steel Arm Davis. Willie Trueheart Farrell. Venable takes it inside.
Everybody had a nickname, huh?
Floyd Jelly Roll Gardner. Vic Popsicle Harris because he was so thin.
Yeah.
Clarence Half Pint Israel. Ed Possum Poles. Willie Pigmeat Powell. Oh my. Line drive, base hit, Venable to left field. Hundley will have to hold at third. That ball got out there in a hurry. So Venable with the first base hit for the Padres against Kevin Millwood.
Well, we talked about Nick Hundley needing hits. Will Venable needed some hits after going 0 for 11 in the Texas series, striking out in the first. Nice swing on that single. And Mark Sweeney, from your vantage point, looks like a good approach right there by Will Venable, going the opposite way.
Yeah, nice approach by Will, taking that ball and getting it down. Kevin Millwood's trying to throw that fastball that's up in the zone. Very tough to get the bat on the top of it. Will look down in the zone. Nice swing to left center field.
Well, here's Cameron Maben on one swing. He can put the Padres right back in contention here early against the Mariners, who have the 4-0 early advantage. He struck out, took a third strike his first time. It just seems this way. I haven't counted them. There's an inordinate number of strike threes taken by Maven this year.
Has to be guessing, I would think. Well, Mark Sweeney, you've been in that batter's box many times. If that's the case for a hitter, what do you think's going on?
Well, I think it's exactly that, Dick and Mark. I think what you guys just said, it's more guessing than staying with approach, looking away and reacting in. That's what you have to do, especially with 2 strikes.
First and third with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Chopped by the mound in front of second base. They don't make the play at the plate and get Maven at first, but the run scores, and it's 4-1. Maven credited with his 22nd RBI. And Venable moves into scoring position on the play.
Yeah, there's the 1 run you were talking about, Dick. At least the Padres get on the board using the center of the diamond. And when you look at Ryan, way out in front of second base, so he can't go to second for the force. Mariners at that time, they leading by 4. They will gladly take that out for 2 outs and give the Padres a run.
And Headley steps in. A base hit here could cut that lead in half. He walked the first time up. Takes a strike.
Dick and Mark, these are the situations that we've always talked about, especially with Carlos Quentin coming into the lineup. Chase Headley is probably going to see more pitches to see in this at bat with Carlos Quentin on deck.
They certainly don't want to walk Headley, bring up Quentin as the tying run.
Yep. And Millwood wants to be on the same page as Oliva with Will Venable on second base. You don't want to get crossed up.
Headley, the club leader with 32 runs batted in. Slider bearing in on Headley, just did turn away from it. Line drive into center field for a base hit. Here comes Venable. He scores. It's 4-2.
Remember I talked about the hanging slider from Millwood out of the hand the first couple innings, 3 or 4 of them. Well, to left-handed hitting Chase Headley, that one was elevated. He muscles it right over the center of the diamond. And it's an RBI for Chase Headley. Up above the belt buckle. Yeah, pitcher will get hurt trying to throw that slider up there.
And here's Quentin, who could put some more hurt on the Mariners' Kevin Millwood. He fouled out to right fielder Ichiro his first time up. And he flies it that way again. Ichiro waiting for it to come down. Inning is over. Couple of unearned runs for the Padres. They gladly accept them, and they cut the Mariner lead in half. 4-2 with Headley single to center, driving in the second run of the inning. You enjoy a cold one. To look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Well, Clayton Richard getting some support in the bottom of the third inning, helped by a leadoff error charged at third baseman Seager. The Padres get a couple of unearned runs and cut into the lead 4-2. Brendan Ryan, Millwood the pitcher, and then Ichiro to bat for Seattle in the top of the fourth inning. Ryan, hard ground ball right at Logan Forsythe, who knocked it down and threw him out the last time. Line drive caught by Alonso. Yonder takes a two-base hit away from Brendan Ryan.
That's a heck of a play. Nobody should be happier than Clayton Richard. The ball slicing off the bat of Ryan. The ball smoked. You know, and being right-handed, you know, it's more of an advantage being a left-handed first baseman. But in this case, Alonso just has to extend towards the right field line and makes the catch.
Great reaction by young Yonder Alonso. Here's Kevin Millwood. He took a third strike his first time, and that's strike one. Oh, and 2 on the veteran right-hander, with Ichiro waiting his turn on deck. Foul back.
This is the part of the lineup and the situation for the game that Clayton Richards is saying to himself, I need to get through this inning quickly. You know, sure, the ball was hit hard by Ryan. My first baseman made a heck of a play. I've got the pitcher up. I want to face Ichiro with nobody on base. I need to be economical. The next pitch is number 60. That was number 60 back to the screen.
News away from baseball. The jury has answered their verdict in the Jerry Sandusky case. Guilty, 45 out of 48 counts. Sentence will be made in the next week or two. Could be as much as life imprisonment. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Third strikeout for Clayton Richard.
Good fastball away. And that's exactly what he needs to do. Get rid of that pitcher quickly.
Ichiro safe on an error by Forsythe, scored. Looped a single to left center and scored in the third.
How about a first pitch slider here? How about a Fresco?
Strike one. .94 hits, and his meeting with the Padres goes around. Third base umpire Angel Hernandez. Struck him out. Got him to chase. For the first time tonight, Clayton Richard retires the Mariners in order. A couple of strikeouts on the way. We go to the home half of the fourth inning. Padres need 2 to tie. AT trivia question for this Friday night. The Texas Longhorns won the College World Series on this date 12 years ago. Who was named 10 years ago was named the outstanding player? Well, I think you'll probably get that one if you've been following the background information about the teams in with the Padres and against the Padres. Yonder Alonso starts it. Logan Forsythe and Everett Cabrera to follow here in the bottom of the fourth. 4-2 Seattle. Alonso fly to right his first at bat.
Kind of an abbreviated shift on the infield. Seager, Ryan way over towards second base. A lot of real estate in between Seager and the third base bag.
And Ryan the shortstop with Alonso not much foot speed, playing way out on the grass behind second base. Oh, got him. Hit by pitch. Alonso leading off the fourth inning.
Trying to bury the fastball inside. Just got it in a little bit too much. Alonso turning the right way, turning into the pitch, taking it off the tricep, and takes one for the team.
It's a lot better than down on the elbow.
Oh, yeah.
Leave a good wilt, however.
It's going to leave a mark.
So that brings the tying run to the plate. Logan Forsythe, he lined out to the second baseman in the second inning. Good to have him back in the starting lineup. Strike. Blown away. Ted Leitner, our colleague over on the radio side with the Padres broadcast, bringing in an item from Major League Baseball News. There's Ted, a veteran voice of the Padres, involving the ownership situation. A deal for the San Diego Padres, the report says, is imminent, and the franchise is the O'Malley's group to lose, according to sources. Padres owner John Moores met today with Peter Seidler, the nephew of former, that'll be high and out of play down the left field corner. The nephew of former Los Angeles Dodgers owner Peter O'Malley, and with Gary Jabara, another of the bidders. Apparently a price has been set, and both parties seem to be in agreement with it. So it might come down to those two. And it's a decision to be made by owner John Moores as to which of the two who are apparently willing to pay the asking price, which according to this report is $800 million, $600 million for the team and $200 million for a portion of the team's equity stake in Fox Sports San Diego. Yeah. Whomever and whenever, it'll be good when it's all resolved for everyone. Ground ball toward the hole. Oh, great play by Ryan. The throw to first base, not in time. He couldn't get all of his body behind it, had to throw off balance, and still threw a good one hopper over to first base. But Forsythe able to beat it out for an infield hit.
You can see that the range is cut down from Ryan at shortstop. He's playing in double play depth.
I thought he had to play at second here.
He may have, Dick. You're absolutely right. It was one heck of a play on the bounce, but Logan Forsythe, he can see the play in front of him. He's got to get going. Just beats it out. Nice call. Good call. Ed Hickox, the first base umpire. That's nice play by Brandon Ryan.
So the Padres have the tying run on. Alonso hit by a pitch. Forsythe carrying the tying run. And here's Everett Cabrera. Sent one hopper back to the mound his first time up. Infield looking for the bunt. He was swinging. Cabrera Much more success hitting from the left side this year. 291. Only 179 from the right side, his natural side. Fouled out of play.
Yeah, Dick and Mark, in this situation, not really a good situation to bunt, because then they can walk Nick Hundley and get to the pitcher spot.
Mark Sweeney with us down at the dugout level. Third baseman Seager still playing just off the cut of the grass at third, and Smoke is inside the runner at first base. They're not convinced that Cabrera's swinging away, but he is, and the count now 1-2.
A lot of pitches up from Millwood, and quite frankly, probably up enough to where these Padre hitters cannot get the top hand on top of it and hit it well. And this is why you bring your glove to the ball yard, Dick. Nice catch over the railing.
Well done. No one out. Alonso at second, Forsythe at first. Beautiful night. Just a perfect night for baseball.
Ground ball fair past third. Karem's out off that corner. Here comes Alonso to score. And it's 4-3 on a double by Cabrera. Forsythe holds at third. No one out. Cabrera continues his outstanding hitting.
And once again, an elevated slider. Up and away. Cabrera stays on it. And nice job by the security guard down there, doing a little hop, skip, and a jump. Just inside the bag. You know, good job by Cabrera staying on top of that baseball. He could have very easily worked underneath that baseball for an easy fly ball to left field.
So the Padres down 4-0, get 2 unearned runs in the third, and now here in the fourth, hit batsman and infield hit Forsythe, and a RBI double by Cabrera. It's 4-3 to Hundley. Safe on an error and scored one of the 2 runs in the last inning. First base open, pitcher on deck. Chance for Hundley to add to his RBI count of 20 on the year.
Hey, if he pitches around Hundley, don't shut your toolbox against Clayton Richard. Nobody out, bases loaded, if that's the case.
Fouled at the plate. Clayton with only 1 hit this year as a pinch hitter. He collected that. Well, Millwood staked to a 4-0 lead, and that is quickly evaporating now. 4-3.
Yeah, down near the dugout here, guys, that got Nick Hundley pretty good on that front leg.
I was thinking that foul ball off the leg has got to hurt, man.
Bad enough you get all those foul tips defensively, and you punish yourself. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Look at this last pitch. Look where it is. It's up here. He's thrown more than a handful of pitches up like that. That should be crushed.
Manager Eric Wedge looks on. Struck him out. So 1 out, and now Clayton Richard with runners at second and third.
He went right back up there again. And he missed with location because Oliva wants it down and away. That ball leaks right down the middle of the plate, about letter high.
That ball was by Hundley before he could take a cut. Richard sacrificed his first time, and the infield now wants to be in sync in case there's a possible squeeze. They're going to come in at the corners, back up the middle. So if Richard can get bat on ball up the middle, he can tie it up for himself.
And, you know, I was thinking when Buddy Black was talking to Clayton Richard on deck, he might have said, hey, you know what, on the second pitch, we're going to squeeze. He might have told him anything. Just a possibility.
Line drive, fair ball. That'll do the job. Rattles into the corner and 2-run score. Richard with a double, and the Padres lead at 5-4.
I just mentioned it a little bit ago. Don't shut your toolbox with Clayton Richard up there. Big leg kick. Rip it and rip it. Oh, I pull in a Kevin Millwood pitch. Good looking swing from the left-hander. Mark Sweeney, you got a comment on that, my man.
That was outstanding, and I love it because the reaction when he gets to second base is looking right into his teammates and getting that reaction and the excitement from the bench as well. You take a look at this swing and you look at his backside, his drive with his legs. Strong young man, uses his legs to get that barrel through the baseball. Nice piece of hitting.
Oh, yeah, the guy can leg press 600 pounds for crying out loud. He should be able to drive the ball like that.
If you work him, use him.
Uh-huh.
Brings up Will Venable, 1 out, and Richard in scoring position. His second RBI of the season. Venable singled in the 3rd inning and scored. Well, the Padres are playing their 74th game of the year. Their largest deficit that they've overcome to win a game this year was 2 runs. So they're trying to come from 4 runs down, and Venable hits one down the left field line, falling foul. Well, Lisa, our ball girl down the right field line, made the great play the other day, and that's Nina. Well, that won't make the ESPN top 10 the way Lisa did, but no, solid play.
Yeah, Nina's pretty sure-handed down there. She's been around for a while. She can see that that ball is going to be foul, and she makes a nice one-handed grab. Nice going, Nina. There's Lisa. And she's like, you got nothing over there on the left field line.
1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls and a strike to Venable. Cameron Maben on deck. Some of you may not have seen Lisa's superb play on Wednesday. We'll share it with you after a pitch or two. Ground ball, right field, base hit. Richard around third. They're going to wave him in. Here comes Ichiro with that great throw. Not in time. Venable checks in Richard. A 4-run inning, and the Padres lead at 6-4.
After the first at-bat tonight, Will Venable, after striking out, he's seen the ball extremely well off of Kevin Millwood. Second at-bat, single to left field. Third at-bat, single to right. The arm of Ichiro is up the third base line. And look at him pick him up and put him down.
He's at the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20. Oh, almost stepped out of bounds. The former Michigan footballer and the Indiana High School Player of the Year in football and in baseball in Lafayette, Indiana. Cameron Maben with Venable at first. Still only 1 out. Started with a hit batsman, Alonso. Single by Forsythe to deep short. Cabrera doubled in 1. And after Hundley struck out, Richard doubles in 2. And now Venable an RBI single. Charlie Furbush down in the bullpen warming up. Strike. Well, let's go back to Wednesday's game and the play of the game defensively made by Lisa and Wright. How about that? Taking it right out of the
first row and saving some possible damage down there by fans. That made the ESPN top 10 list. Smooth. Maben unable to find the slider, and the count's 1-2.
Probably one of the better sliders that Kevin Millwood has thrown this evening. Why? It was down in the zone and had some tremendous tilt. The one that he's thrown up have been flat. The Padres just haven't been able to square it up. They keep the inning going. Give some rest. A little breather for Clayton Richard.
Ground ball sharply at third, bobbled again. Another error by Seager. Safe at second is Venable. Now a couple of misplays by the Mariner third baseman.
Well, even with the speed of Maben, this room service double play in and out of the guante of Seager.
Couldn't believe that it wasn't still in his glove.
Big break for San Diego. Still only one out.
8th man to bat in this 4th inning. Chase Headley steps up. Headley, a walk and an RBI single tonight. Not going to run in the 3rd inning. Runners go. The throw to 3rd. Not in time. A double steal. Venable moves to 3rd. Maben to 2nd. 8th steal for Venable, and Maben now has 15.
Well, timing's everything. After the error, yeah. Seager's feeling horrible. You never know what he's thinking about. We talk about a dive into 3rd base. Will Venable.
So much force he almost left the bag. That's why the call by Hernandez was delayed. Fly ball to left. Tagging is Venable. He'll be able to jog home, and the Padres have another run. It's 7-4. Headley with his 2nd RBI, now with 34 on the year. Well, this double steal pays off.
They took advantage of Kevin Millwood, one looking at second base on that double steal. And a nice ball elevated because Millwood's been throwing the ball up in the zone. So easy to elevate to the outfield. Nice swing by Chase Headley getting that fly ball to left.
So the Padres have hit around here in the 4th inning. The 9th man to bat, Carlos Quentin. Both of his at-bats, fly balls to each row in right field. Five runs, a nice crooked number on the board here in the 4th inning for Clayton Richard. And he's been a major contributor. Scored himself after knocking in 2 with a double. The most runs scored by the Padres in an inning all season, 6. He did that a couple of times. Two and 0. Ground ball up the middle, but there's the second baseman, Ackley, to throw him out. The inning comes to an end, but the Padres send 9 to the plate, score 5 on 4 hits with an error, the biggest by the pitcher, Clayton Richard. We go to the 5th inning. Padres 7, Seattle 4. It's Padres baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. Clayton Richard goes to the top of the 5th inning with a 7-4 lead. One of the 5 runs unearned, 4 earned in that last inning. Gutierrez, a 2-run homer back in the 1st inning, and he takes a strike. Richard helping his own cause with that 2-run double. Feeling a lot better, maybe a lot stronger now going to the 5th.
Absolutely. And Mark Sweeney's down by the dugout. I want to ask him something after this pitch.
Line drive into center field for a base hit. Gutierrez has 3 hits on the night. Home run, single.
You know, Mark, there are hits and RBIs that gets the bench excited for regular position players. But when a pitcher like Clayton Richard does it, what was the excitement like on that bench?
Oh, yeah, a lot of laughs, a lot of smiles. But even when Clayton came in after scoring, these guys just a different energy. They haven't had that all year long. That was the best inning for sure.
Now to hold the opposition, Gutierrez having quite a night. A man hitting, well, he only had 4 hits and 21 at-bats coming in. He's got 3 for 3 tonight. Ground ball foul. Kyle Seager with a couple of errors. And that's news in itself. These Mariners have committed only 32 all season long. They're tied for 3rd with the least errors in the entire major leagues, behind the Yankees and White Sox. But Seager himself bobbling a couple of plays, so he's up there trying to make amends. 10 homers and 45 runs batted in, as you can see. Their leading RBI producer. 0-2 the count. Seager, quite a story. When he was just 2 years of age, he had open heart surgery. Their parents wondering what was going to happen to their little boy.
Yeah.
Winds up being a major league star. And he swings and misses at a slider. Tough night for Seager. 0 for 3 plus a couple of errors. That's the 5th strikeout for Clayton Richard.
Down in the zone, sweeping slider, out of the zone when Nick Hundley catches it. Can't get hurt there.
As Independence Day approaches, Fox Sports San Diego wants to pay tribute to the men and women who bravely serve our country. Why don't you honor someone you know for their military service? Visit foxsportssandiego.com/forthetroops and submit a photo and special message. Fox Sports San Diego may share your story online. Check back starting July 1st to find out if yours has been selected. This one is for the troops. Justin Smoke has struck out and knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 3rd. 1-1. Well, some of the fans, maybe because they participated rather heavily in the rib eating before the game, you got to stretch and kind of help the digestion.
Yeah, work it off a little bit.
Yeah, get it to sink down to the bottom there. 1 ball, no, check it, 2 balls and no strikes to Smoke. Chop, 3rd baseman Headley, a little low, but handled by Alonso as Gutierrez moves into second base. 2 away. The batter, Casper Wells, flied out and walked.
Nick Hundley may have just wanted to go over the signs once again with that runner now on second base and 2 outs. Have a little visit with Clayton Richard.
Richard trying to check the Mariners here, keep that score at 7-4 to his advantage. Foul ball. That slider in on the hands.
wave has finally hit the shore. Tide goes out. Inside. Oh, heaven forbid. It started again. The dreaded wave down the left field corner.
I was hoping it was going to be calm seas the rest of the way.
Yeah. Well, they're excited about that 7-4 lead the Padres enjoy here in the 5th. Hope you'll be with us tomorrow night. It's a night game, 7 o'clock, 6 for Padres Live. Jason Marquis, who has done a good job for the Padres. Felix Hernandez, the king for Seattle. He's 4-5 with a 3.52 ERA. The Padres beat him up in Seattle.
That's a sweet lid right there. Going old school, Dick. A little fedora working.
Another chopper that Headley charges. Oh, and throws it away. Here comes a run. And the Padres give one back on the Headley throwing error. A couple of errors by the Padres tonight. So loose play defensively on both sides. Gutierrez comes in to score.
Well, plenty of time. High chopper, easy hop. Looked like he had a handle on it. Who knows? Play that has to be made. Nobody feels worse now than Chase Headley prolonging the inning.
7-5 Padres, and that brings Olivo, who's hit a home run tonight, to the plate.
Yeah, the tying run. See, this affects the pitch count. Clayton Richards got to go out there and try to get Olivo. Who knows how many pitches it's going to take to get out of this inning.
He's thrown 78 on the game now. Spanks that one foul, and the count 2 strikes on Olivo.
Another happy customer.
Well, the Padres have benefited from 2 errors by Seager. They have 3 unearned runs. The run scored in this inning unearned. One of the runs in the first inning unearned. 2 for the Mariners. Struck him out. 1 unearned run on 1 hit, 1 error. We're at the halfway mark in this one. The Padres lead by 2.
The Padres women's and men's organization was honored before the game today. I'm joined by Summer Serrano, their president. Summer, what do the Padres do? Because it's a charity organization, and you also get to know the Padres pretty well.
The Padres, we raise money to support youth baseball and softball, and yes, we love our Padres, and we support them through thick and thin.
What does it mean to you to have the Padres honor you guys in a pregame ceremony?
That's really special. We've been around 40 years, so we've seen a lot of guys come through the organization, and to be honored by the team and by the organization, we really, really appreciate it. And we get support from them all year long, and we couldn't do it without them.
Well, the Padres have a monthly luncheon coming up tomorrow. Dick Enberg, Mark Grant, I know you've attended a couple of those. Guys, back to you.
You bet. And John Baker is going to be the speaker at the luncheon. It's at the Hall of Champions tomorrow, and you fans are invited as well. Padres celebrating their 40th anniversary, and Layla Rahimi celebrating her birthday today and tonight. And congratulations to Layla.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to have lived this long. Hopefully I can make it a few more years.
Oh, you little puppy, you. Come on.
You know, the nice thing is we live in a lovely city like San Diego, so I heard the life expectancy is a little bit better here. Thank you, you guys.
Happy birthday, Layla.
Thank you.
Logan Forsythe, after Alonso flied out to right. Forsythe is lined to second, and infield hit in the fourth and scored a run. 7-5. Padres lead it. Kevin Millwood giving up 7 runs, 4 of those earned, 3 unearned. Richard has given up 5 runs, 2 of those unearned. That ball hit well to left center field, up the alley, and all the way to the 401 sign. Forsythe around second. He's going to put on the brakes there on a long double. So Forsythe comes back into the lineup. He's lined out, and he's got 2 base hits. This one a double.
This kid is strong. Logan Forsythe can swing it. That ball was down. It was on the outer half of the plate, maybe even on the corner of the plate. But great extension and driving that ball nearly 400 feet to left center field. This kid's a ball player.
He sure is.
You know, I'm sure he's a great athlete, but the way he plays the game, he falls into the category of ball player, and that's what I love about him.
Everett Cabrera doubled in a run and scored himself in the 4th inning. Bounces this one up the middle. There behind the bag is the shortstop Bryan to throw him out. Forsythe moves to third on the play.
Now, did you see Logan Forsythe on second base leading off? That ball was chopped to his left. As soon as that ball is hit that way, he's off and running. Now, if the ball hit to his right, that's a no-no. He has to stay at second base. So the ball hit behind him, and he does a nice job taking 90 feet.
Sean Kelly loosens up for the Mariners as they will walk Hundley intentionally and take their chances with Richard, who doubled into the last time. It's only the second walk. Millwood also hit Alonso. That started the beginning, the 5-run fourth. And one more, and Hundley's aboard. So Hundley safe on an error and scored, struck out and now walked. Well, tomorrow on Baseball Night in America, interleague play. National League West leading Dodgers against the Albert Pujols Angels in a showdown in Anaheim, with Southern California bragging rights going to the winner. Baseball Night in America, telecast presented by Budweiser. It begins tomorrow at 4 o'clock Pacific time, only on Fox. They're playing tonight, and it's going a lot of runs. The Angels leading 6-5 in the 5th inning. Richard takes a change, and it's out in front.
Does Kevin Millwood know who he's pitching to, Dick?
A walk and a sacrifice and a double, 2-run double, and he scored himself, Richard. Line to left center field. Gutierrez racing over. Can't get there. Neither can left fielder Wells. Into third and into second. Another double for Richard. He scores Forsythe from third. Hundley into third.
And Richard with a pair of doubles and 3 RBIs tonight. It's 8-5.
And I don't think anybody picked Clayton Richard tonight and picked the stick.
Is it too late?
Oh, look at Clayton Richard go. Good for him. Hey, he doesn't have to slide. He just wants to get dirty. He wants to act like a ball player. Good for him.
Top of the order, Venable. They're going to walk him intentionally and almost threw that one to the screen.
Guys, such a great job by Clayton Richard right there, reading the throw to third and just advancing, helping on that play was Dave Roberts, the first base coach.
So we'll see whether they credit Richard with a single or a double. But he knocked in another run. Has 3 RBIs tonight on a perfect 2-for-2 night.
Hey, Padre fans, get to the park early. Friday, July 6th, Padres Wine and Food Festival presented by Verizon. Come early and enjoy great wine and food specials at the Park before your Padres take on the Cincinnati Redlegs. Party starts at 5. First pitch is 7:05. Get your tickets today at Padres.com or get on the horn. Call 795-5555.
So the official score has now ruled a single, not a double, for Clayton Richard. So single, double, and 3 RBIs. And the Padres have the bases loaded as Venable has walked intentionally, and Cameron Maben will be the batter. 88 pitches now for the veteran Kevin Millwood, still in the game, with the Padres up 8-5 and a chance to really blow it open here with Cameron Maben at the plate. And as they said in the Negro League, the bases are drunk. The pitcher is overserved. Maben 0 for 3 tonight. Struck out, grounded out, knocked in a run with the ground out in the third, and safe on an error in the fourth.
Here's Ashley Richard, the wife of Clayton Richard. She's got a big smile on her face.
They're expecting their first child in September. Great volleyball player. University of Michigan. Went around. No, they just live every pitch together.
Yeah.
You know, great as an athlete herself. She will appreciate the demands, anxiety, and the joy. 2 strikes on Maben. Clayton Richard, first time in his major league career with 2 hits in a game. And I would guess the first time he's had 3 RBIs in a game.
Good job. Close. Good job by Maben laying off those 2 sliders. 0-2 to go to 2-2. And from judging the way he's taking those pitches and the Padre hitters, you know, maybe that was one of the game plans. If you recognize a breaking ball down, lay off of it.
Hit sharply, but right at the second baseman. They'll go the short way for the force. And that's it for the Padres. They leave the bases loaded, but score another. The double by Forsythe, and Clayton Richard with a single to knock in his 3rd run of the game.
say you never had it so good.
Yeah, never had it so good. And Clayton Richard 2 for 2, knocking in 3 with a single and a double. Still wondering why he didn't get a double on that, but we'll perhaps have a change. Here's our AT&T trivia question tonight. The Texas Longhorns, when they won the College World Series in 2002, the most valuable player for Texas was Houston Street. He had 4 saves to 4 wins by Texas to be the national champions. Houston out in the Padre bullpen. Clayton will face Ackley, Ryan, and the pitcher's spot here in the top of the 6th inning. Our guess is that Millwood will be lifted for a pinch hitter. There is activity in the bullpen. Ackley is grounded out twice. Left-hander Charlie Furbush getting loose again. Inside corner. 8-5, the Padres. Uncommon score here at Petco. 2 Hopper to Forsythe. 1 away.
Quick outs for Clayton Richard. He had plenty of rest on that bench after hitting the double. And, you know, he's in such good shape. He does a lot of cardio work. It shouldn't cause too many problems for the left-hander as Darren Balsey gets on the horn to the bullpen. A little beehive working out there in that Padre bullpen.
Call to duty. Brad Brock the first to answer. Brendan Ryan is hit in tough luck tonight. He smashed one at second baseman Forsythe, who knocked it down, threw him out. And then he lined one toward the right field corner that was stabbed by Alonso diving to his left.
Kid just lost a tooth and he's showing it off. Good for you. Put it under your pillow tonight. You should get at least $10 for that tooth. How much did you get as a kid from the tooth fairy? Quarter?
That was a lot. You
want to hear a story? I got a good story for you.
The tooth fairy was a little tough in Illinois, was he?
No, it's regarding my daughter, who's now 12, but when she was like 4 or 5.
1-1 to Ryan is in there.
She loses a tooth. I tell her to put it under her pillow. The tooth fairy's going to come. I put $1 under there. You know what she says to me the next morning?
What?
Daddy, are you sure there's a tooth fairy? Because that dollar smells like your wallet.
Were there moths
True
flying
story.
around? Moths flying around?
George Washington was squinting and rubbing his eyes. True story.
Oh, that's funny. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ryan. That's going to kick foul. One out here in the top of the 6th. Clayton Richard working with a 3-run lead, 8-5. He has been more a star with the bat than with the arm tonight, with 3 RBIs. 5 runs, 5 hits for the Mariners. 8 runs, 8 hits for San Diego. Center fielder Maben gives ground. Ryan hits it hard again for an out. 2 away. He will invite you to join the Padres as we honor the men and women of the U.S. Army coming up Sunday. 105 game. It's U.S. Army Appreciation Day presented by USAA. After the Padres play the Mariners, Junior Padres, you get to run the bases here at Petco. Get your tickets at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Pinch hitter is Sean Figgins, veteran infielder. Has not had a good year and so has been relegated to bench duty. Fly ball left field. Easy chance for Quinton. And a quick 1, 2, 3 innings for Clayton Richard. Bottom of the 6th, 8-5 Padres.
Brought to you by Miller Lite. Chase Headley with a sacrifice fly and an RBI single. And Clayton Richard, the hitting star, 3 RBIs on a couple of base hits, a double and a single. And the Padres have an 8-5 lead. Easy inning in the top of the 6th for Clayton Richard. And here come the Padres, Headley, Quentin, and Alonso in the home half of the 6th. Nice to see the smiles in the dugout. Huh?
Absolutely. Like Mark Sweeney said earlier in the ball game, after the hits, especially the one by Clayton Richard, really rejuvenated that dugout. A lot of excitement.
8 runs matches the high at Petco scored by the Padres all year. It's the 3rd time they've scored 8 here at home. Charlie Furbush and Headley batting right-handed, deep to short on the grass. Ryan, and what a play. What a play. He does have an arm. Never a chance to brace and throw. He just fields and off balance fires in time to get Headley.
What's amazing, as you mentioned, Dick, he doesn't brace himself. He kind of throws on the run. And look at how much he gets on that baseball and the accuracy. Sure, it's up a little bit. Smoke does a nice job. And I tell you what, I think Chase Headley was a little surprised.
Yeah, that looked as if it was on its way into left field. And even when he fielded it way out on the grass, you didn't think he'd have the chance to balance himself for the strong throw. 1 out to Carlos Quentin. Quentin hasn't enjoyed the hitting party tonight. He's 0 for 3. A couple of flies to right and a ground out to second. So he's gone opposite field on all 3 at bats. Furbush has posted some very good numbers for the Mariners. Has not allowed a run over the last 12 appearances, covering 15 in the 3rd innings.
And he's a strike thrower. He pounds the zone.
And he's been just mighty tough on left-handed hitters. Left-handed hitters this year are batting 128 against Furbush, only 6 for 47.
Fastball, slider, curve change from Furbush. 31 in the 3rd innings going into this game, only 7 walks. That to me equals electric stuff.
1 out, bases empty. 2-1 on Carlos Quentin.
Kind of a short armor too, Dick. You know what I mean? But he comes out of his glove and kind of short arms that ball, and bang, the ball's up on top of you. As Jimmy Jones is watching Dale Thayer heat up. There's Jimmy Jones, the bullpen coach.
Replacing Darryl Ackerfeld while Darryl battling his health issues. But I'm sure watching tonight and happy with the Padres leading 8-5.
Yeah, Ack watches every game.
Full count now to Quentin. Now these are his guys, that bullpen.
Yep. How about Jimmy Jones? Major League debut for the San Diego Padres. He was the #1 pick in 1982. Throws a 1-hitter in the Astrodome. Guess who got the 1 hit? Pitcher Bob Knepper. Hit a triple. Major League debut.
Ground ball. Shortstop Ryan has time to brace and throw here. And there's 2 away. Well, it's time now for the Home Depot doing more on defense. First baseman Yonder Alonso robbing Ryan of a 2-base hit.
Laying out, getting dirty, throwing some leather for Clayton Richard.
Yonder Alonso has flied twice to right. He led off the 4th inning, hit by a pitch, and that opened the gates as the Padres scored 5 times, overcoming a 4-2 Seattle lead. Ground ball headed to right field for Alonso. The Padres' 9th hit. And just as we say, Furbush double tough on left-handed hitters. Alonso comes up and rings a base hit to right.
Hey, keeping that front shoulder in there and getting that baseball in contact out in front of that right knee of his, enabling him to pull that baseball. Sure, he may have been looking fastball. And hey, sometimes you guess right, put a good swing on it, and he is rewarded with a base knock.
Logan Forsythe, 3 times up. He's hit the ball hard all 3 times. A line out, infield hit to deep short, and a double to left center. Scored a couple of runs. Alexi Amarista has done a good job defensively, especially. Forsythe's been injured, but Logan just gives that lineup much more pop. 2-0. Chase Headley, a discussion with Phil Plantier, one of the two batting coaches. 2-0 on Forsythe with 2 outs and Alonso at first base. Joe Thatcher joining Dale Thayer in the bullpen. That looked pretty good. 3-0. Friday night at Petco Park. And some reason to cheer tonight. 8-5 the score. Strike.
I like to see Logan Forsythe put a charge into 1. Good hitters count. 3-1.
Pulled foul toward third.
Put a good swing on it. 90-mile-an-hour fastball, just a little bit too quick to the baseball.
Former University of Arkansas star. They made it deep into the College World Series this year. Full count with 2 out. And the ground ball to short. Ryan has to go the long way for the out. We've completed 6 at Petco. The Padres 8, the Mariners 5.
The 7th inning, Padres have the 8-5 lead. Andy Mazer along with Mark Sweeney, and a little fun there in that 4th inning, huh?
Yeah, 5-run inning, and Cabrera, beautiful piece of hitting right there. And look at the pitcher, Clayton Richard, coming up with that big knock, scoring a run. And here's Will Venable getting the ball up and driving this ball to right field. They had some fun this inning. Nice job by Chase Headley. And watch the reaction when you get back. Some love to Clayton Richard.
Oh, you got to love to see that smile. Guys, back to you. We'll see you on the postgame show.
All right, Andy. We'll join you then as Clayton Richard goes into the 7th inning with an 8-5 lead. Top of the order, Ichiro. Safe on an error, scored in the first. Looped a single to left and scored in the third. Struck out his last time.
By the way, Dick, I've got issues with Andy Mazer. Yeah. I've got a bone to pick with him.
Not you.
You know why?
Why?
He's starting to outdress me. See his jackets lately and his ties and stuff?
He must have gotten a bonus, or he's got a wardrobe deal.
He's doing quite well.
GQ. Line drive over the head of Headley. Quinton playing in the left field corner, able to get the ball in, and Ichiro holds at first base. His second hit tonight.
Nice job by Carlos Quinton getting to that baseball and holding Ichiro to a single. See if he's playing him that way. A little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a ways to run now. Let's see him plant that foot as that ball is laced to left field.
Brings up Franklin Gutierrez, who's 3 for 3, 2 singles and a 2-run homer tonight.
Just out of the reach of Chase Headley.
Fastball strike. Consistently right at that 90-mile-an-hour mark tonight, Clayton. So 5 hits from the first 2 men in the batting order for Seattle. 5 of their 6 hits. 2 by Ichiro, 3 by Gutierrez. Inside.
You know, Dick, if the viewers at home seeing the lower box on the lower right, that's a new feature that we're featuring tonight. I think it gives a great look. The leg kick of the pitcher, and then you can see the reaction of the hitter, or the runner rather, at first base. Nice little added feature in Fox Sports San Diego.
Chop to third. Headley has trouble with the transfer, but he still doubles up Gutierrez at first base. It wasn't clean getting the ball out of the glove, but it was a quick one-hopper to Headley, and the Padres able to turn 2 around the horn.
Yeah, I talked to Chase before the ball game regarding that potential double play the other night when the bases were loaded, if he would have went to third base or went to home plate, and he said just this: I had trouble finding the handle on the ball, and that's exactly what happened there. The bottom line is they turned 2. That's a good sign for Clayton Richard.
You bet. 1 pitch, 2 outs. Here's Kyle Seager, 0 for 3. Ball 1. The attendance tonight, 30,053 here at Petco. Nice turnout. Saluting the Negro Leagues, the Madres, and good eat. You notice we never get anything. You know, when they could have, I don't know, oatmeal night. We wouldn't get a bowl of oatmeal. How about a hot dog? No, there are hot dogs all over the place.
And you love hot dogs.
Oh,
you got to come to the yard and have a hot dog.
Of course.
You love barbecue?
Of course.
Love barbecue.
What city do you think has the best barbecue? Houston's known for it. Kansas City's known for their barbecue. San Diego's known for it.
You know what? I'm going to answer this one politically correct. Any old kind of barbecue is fine by me. I don't want to upset anybody.
I like the baby backs. That's my favorite. Yeah. The ones that you just put it in your mouth and the bone falls out. And the
pork
meat,
or beef?
And the meat stays. I think pork.
I like the pork ribs too.
Now you're really making me hungry. Why'd you bring that up?
So we can get some food up here to the booth. If Randy Jones is listening, I guarantee you he'll have something delivered up here.
Well, it'll be the first time he delivered anything. 2-1. And 3-1 now to Seager. With Justin Smoke on deck.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing? Yeah, that's not what Richard wants to do. He walked a couple of men in back-to-back back in the third, but his control has been perfect since.
Hey, fans, this MLB season on Fox Sports San Diego is proud to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports.
Well, Bud Black out to the mound, and Clayton Richard, 102 pitches, and more importantly, chipping in with 3 RBIs. Bud Black giving them way to go. Clayton wanted to stay. He gets a hand from the fans behind the dugout. Standing ovation for Clayton Richard. This door, Saquon Casino de Cage, and highlight of the game, the K's of Clayton Richards, 6 of them tonight. Allowed only 6 hits, 3 earned runs of the 5 scored by Seattle. And he matched those 3 earned runs with 3 RBIs of his own.
No, it could have been much worse for Clayton Richards, but it's all about adjustments. Clayton made an adjustment after that. Even after the first inning, the leadoff home run in the second, ground balls were his friend, and especially the double play ball we just saw here in the 7th inning. Great job, Clayton Richard, making that adjustment and taking this ball club deep into the ball game.
Brings on Dale Thayer, whose ERA has ballooned up to 6.27. Runner at first, 2 outs here in the 7th. Here are the numbers on Thayer, and generous batting average against .315.
Yeah, hit a little skid there. And that's going to happen to any reliever. Once again, it's about bouncing back and trying to lower those numbers. Nice backdoor slider there.
1 ball, 1 strike to Smoke.
Oh, nothing better. Taking a nap at a big league ball game in Dad's arms, huh?
He'll remember all of it too tomorrow morning.
That reminds me of the story you told me when you were announcing with the Angels.
1 ball, 1 strike to Smoke. A line drive off Thayer. Can he get there in time to throw him out? No. Good try by Thayer. He uses his body to block it and tries, just barely misses, making an outstanding play. Smoke is safe, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, that was very close at first base. And if you take a look at this hot smash, tough to tell where Dale Thayer got that baseball. Oh, I think Alonso may have thought he got him.
Here's a better angle.
Oh, he was out. He was out. Clearly out.
Boy, how do you miss that?
Absolutely.
I think the 1 hop, that throws you up the sound. They're going by sound, and you hear that 1 hop. So a break for the Mariners. The inning continues, and now they bring the tying run to the plate on the call at first base. First base umpire Ed Hickox doesn't have the benefit of the instant replay, and Thayer, after getting struck by that liner back through the box and then making a very acrobatic play to slide, pick up the ball and make that throw, was a terrific effort. Tough call, but
it was a tough call.
An errant one.
Yep. By the way, that kid falling asleep, I remember you telling me stories when you were doing Angel broadcasting. Your son would come to the game with you and fall asleep in your lap while you were doing the game.
The extra inning game.
Yeah. Here we are again. The short hop. Credit Alonso as well. In the glove, not on the bag yet.
It's not the first time we've seen that. Now, danger time. As Casper Wells, 0 for 2 in the game, steps in representing the tying run against Thayer. First and second. Seager at second. Smoke credited with an infield hit at first. Inning should be over. Fly ball to left. Quinton has room. And the inning comes to an end. No damage done by the call at first. Mariners leave 2, stretch half of the 7th.
Don't miss the biggest event of the summer. Baseball's greatest stars battle home field advantage at stake in the All-Star Game. The road to the World Series begins with the 2012 All-Star Game, July 10th, 4:30 Pacific, here on Fox. Well, here's a memory, 1971 in Detroit. Reggie Jackson. Did he hit this one long enough? He admires it as it goes upper deck and almost out of Tiger Stadium. Hit the transformer in deep right center field, remember? Wow.
Off of Doc Ellis.
Push bunt foul by Everth Cabrera. He is grounded out twice. Big hit in that 5-run fourth inning. An RBI doubled up the left field side and later scored himself.
Where were you, Professor, during that All-Star game?
I was watching. No, I was watching on television. I don't know exactly where I was, but that's not uncommon. I often don't know exactly where I am. 2 strikes to count on Cabrera. Furbush in relief of Kevin Millwood. Cabrera will be followed by Hundley and then the pitcher's spot.
Very cute. Yeah, she's rooting on the Friars. Come on.
Just be careful now. You're close to the field there.
Exactly.
Another foul. Kevin Millwood started for the Mariners, went 5, allowed 8 runs, 5 of them earned, 8 hits. Walked 3, 2 of those intentional, hit a batter and struck out 3. Clayton Richard went 6 2/3, 5 runs, 3 earned, only 6 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Strike 3 called. A high fastball gets Cabrera. First strikeout for Furbush. Well, you can follow Fox Sports San Diego's coverage of the Padres with MLB.com at Bat 12. iPhone, iPad, Android, Windows Mobile. You get live audio, you get pitch tracking, you get video highlights, you get a lot. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit Padres.com for details. Hundley 0 for 2, scored a run after he was safe on one of 2 errors made by third baseman Kyle Seager. Struck out and was intentionally walked. Curveball around the plate, 1-1.
By the way, I just wanted to button up that Tooth Fairy story. There is a Tooth Fairy because he texted me and said, I'm going to be sick and I can't take care of your daughter as far as with the money thing, you know. So I had to. That's up the Tooth Fairy.
So you pass that along.
Yeah, because there is a Tooth Fairy.
Line drive, Hundley, but it's right at Gutierrez, or is it? What a play! He's an outstanding center fielder, a Gold Glover, and he just outraced that dying line drive, and Hundley hits him tough luck again.
Yeah, Nick needs some hits. But the good thing is that it's going up the center of the diamond. And sometimes you just have to tip your cap to the defenders, and that tip of the cap goes to Gutierrez, taking away a hit from Nick. You're not going to hear Nick complain about it, though.
Jesus Guzman will pinch hit for Thayer. And takes a breaking ball for a strike. As a pinch hitter this year, Guzman, plenty of opportunity. 18 times he's pinch hit with 7 hits, 1 home run, and 8 runs batted in. Good numbers. A ball and a strike from the lefty Furbush. Breaking ball, strike. 26-year-old lefty. Attended St. Joseph's College in Philadelphia for a couple of years and then pitched for LSU a year.
Strike three called. So he gets both Cabrera and Guzman looking in a 1-2-3-7.
Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by Mazda, we believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. And welcome back to beautiful Petco Park. Top of the 8th inning. The Padres with an 8-5 lead and bring in Luke Gregerson from the bullpen. The Mariners, when trailing after 7 innings this year, are 4-37. And Gregerson trying to keep it just that way as he'll work the 8th, and Houston Street then would be the 9th inning closer.
And on the flip side there, Dick, when the Padres lead after 7, 18-1. So a good record there as Luke Gregerson will now throw the spheroid plateward.
Olivo, Ackley, and Ryan scheduled, then the pitcher spot.
Luke has worked scoreless ball in 25 of his 32 outings this season. Looks like he's got the slider working lately.
Slider part of his life, not only pitching but getting to the ballpark. He slides in on that skateboard.
Good call. I like the way you're thinking.
I'm writing all these down, all these compliments, you know. This is going to cost you. Oliva homered his first time, walked and struck out since. And the first pitch is in there, a slider.
Luke, one of the few relievers that goes from the full windup as well.
Another slider.
Man, that's a good pitch. I mean, it's not a power slider, but it's all about the location and the tilt. He must get great rotation on that slider. Just get it out there in front and just pull on it.
That one away, 1-2. Well, if you're just joining us, the Mariners build a 4-0 lead after 2.5. 2-run homer by Gutierrez, a solo homer by the man at the plate, Olivo. And then another run in the top of the 3rd inning before the Padres came back storming. They got 2 in the 3rd inning, both unearned. Ground out by Maben, knocked in 1, and Headley singled another. Then they rolled a 5-run 4th inning that was capped by a 2-run double by pitcher Clayton Richard. Richard then also singled in a run the 5th inning for 3 RBIs tonight and an 8-5 lead. High fly ball, left center. Maben calling. 1 away.
You know, Dick, I think he may have gotten away with one. When you look at this slider, look at that's a hanger. And what did we say about Olivo and the slider speed bat?
Well, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock for Padres Live. Jason Marquis will attempt to continue his fine pitching since joining the Padres staff against Felix Hernandez, the ace of the Mariner rotation. He's 4-5. Hope you'll join us. Hope you have tickets. And we'll come out and take part in the festivities here at Petco. Strike to Ackley. Went to the University of North Carolina, where his teammate was third baseman Kyle Seager. The two of them come up, and here they are in the major leagues on the same big league infield.
It's a great story, isn't it?
It really is. Another strike. 0-2. Ackley's the only player in Tar Heel history to hit over 400 in 2 different seasons. Played in both the 2008 and 2009 College World Series. He has, in fact, established the most hits ever in the College World Series in his career. One ball, 2 strikes. Gregerson working on Dustin Ackley. Struck him out. Here's the slider. First strikeout for Gregerson. And our Carl's Jr. star of the game, Clayton Richard, not only with the arm, but with the bat. A successful sacrifice. And then he went to work hacking. A double into the right field corner that scored 2, and later he scored himself. And he didn't stop there. Came back with a, well, that could have been ruled a double after he had scored. And this is the 8th run of the game for the Padres as he drops one into left center field. So with his arm and with his bat and with his legs, Clayton Richard, the star tonight.
He's doing it all, and hopefully the Padres can hold on. And Clayton Richard, there's a Clayton Richard fan, walk away with a victory tonight.
Brendan Ryan, 3 times up, 3 times he's hit the ball right on the button for outs. Grounded sharply to second, lined to first. That was the ball. Alonso diving toward the line, speared, and he lined to center field his last time. Slider just missed. 2-1.
I guess down the middle doesn't count. That was a pretty good slider. Maybe a little low according to Fox Tracks.
Same spot.
Exact same spot.
Other NL West action. Arizona leading Chicago 6-1 in the 8th inning.
Fastball at 89 for Gregerson.
Angels lead the Dodgers 8-5 in the 7th.
Well, Ryan thought that was a ball. That ball catches inner third of the plate. Gets a slider right here.
Full count to Ryan. Did he go? You bet he did. Strike 3 on a slider. 1-2-3 inning for Gregerson with a couple of punch outs. We go to the bottom of the 8th at Petco. The Padres lead 8-5. Fourth inning, but then they went to work. Cabrera with an RBI double, and Clayton Richard rips one into the right field corner to drive in two more. Venable then singled in a run. Ground ball to right as Richard scampered home, and Headley sacrifice fly made it a 5-run fourth inning, and the Padres went from 4-2 down to 7-4 up. Now in the last of the eighth inning, familiar name takes the mound for Seattle, Oliver Perez, who debuted as a Padre back in 2002 and made a very auspicious debut as he ranked first among National League rookie pitchers that year with a .218 batting average against, and an ERA was fourth best among rookies, 3.50. A couple of years in San Diego, then traded to Pittsburgh, and to the Mets, where he's offered his services since 2006. Wildness has been his problem.
Absolutely. Boy, if Oliver Perez could harness that control, he would be lights out. Yeah, he'll throw one way up and out of the zone, and then next thing you know, he paints on the outside corner. I'm guessing that he gives the hitters uncomfortable at bats because you don't know where that fastball is going to go.
Two innings for Charlie Furbush. Scoreless innings, allowed only one hit, struck out a couple. And now Perez, 2 balls and a strike. And Venable looks at that one, 2-2. Venable, Maben, and Headley in the Padre eighth. 2 for 3 night for Will Venable. He scored a couple of runs and knocked in one. Houston Street, answer to our AT&T trivia question, the college World Series MVP 10 years ago. Fly ball shallow in right center, falling in a hurry, and Gutierrez can't get it. Venable is into second base with a double. Another terrific effort by the center fielder, came up just short.
And it's always good to add on Will Venable, lefty on lefty. He gets on top of just enough on that high fastball from Perez, and a great effort by Gutierrez. We saw him take a hit away from Nick Hundley earlier. You can see him trying to roll that top hand to get on top of that pitch.
Quite a night for Venable. 3 hits and a walk. Scored a couple, knocked in one. Wonder who picked Will Venable.
There's more where that came from, Professor.
And you were last, too. That shows the brilliance of your selection process. Here's Maben. Oh, that's a beautiful bunt. That's a base hit. On to third is Venable on the bunt single by Maben.
Well, what was the key word I used in my justification of picking Will Venable tonight? Faith. I had faith in Will. He struggled against Texas in the series. Double here, moves up, and nice bunt by Cameron Maben. No chance for Miguel Olivo. And the Padres trying to add on here in the eighth.
Well, Summers here. Chase Headley has knocked in a couple of runs with a single and a sacrifice fly. High fly ball deep in right center. That ball carrying to the right fielder Ichiro, easily moving in to score. Venable, and it's 9-5. Headley with his third RBI of the night, a couple unsacrificed flies.
That run seemed too easy for the Padres. They're getting it done this inning. The extra base hit, the bunt for a base hit. Getting a little help from Glenn Hoffman at third base, timing that perfectly. The sac fly, nicely done.
So Maben at first base with one out, and Carlos Quinton. He and Nick Hundley, the only Padres without a base hit tonight, in their 11-hit, 9-run attack. So 9 runs, that's the most scored here at home all season long for San Diego. Maven with a steal, a double steal, has 15. And the 30-year-old Perez, that's right, he's still only 30 years of age. He was just a young teenager when he first came up to the Padres 10 years ago. Now, Perez, it's part of his routine, but he almost has a double set. He does that little swing, and then he resets. So he can throw out of either one of those hitches. Maven's got a big lead. Over but low. Pick the stick. Mark Grant. He's rallying with 8.
We got a snowman working tonight.
And the birthday girl, Rahimi, with 4. Quinton chops it to third. Good play made by Seager. And Quinton is 0 for 5. That does move Maven into scoring position.
It looked like on the pick the stick standings that what did Andy Mazur triple bogeyed on 17 and he's even. Well, Darren Balsley maybe on the phone to sit down Houston Street and get somebody else up because it's no longer a safe situation.
Alonso takes a strike. Fastball. She's ready to get a souvenir.
That's a huge glove. That's like a Brett Butler style right there.
She can literally hide behind that, huh? She's a fan, got her Padres jersey on. Foul back by Alonso.
Boy, did you see that swing by Alonso? Kind of bailing on that breaking ball. And a Mariner fan is going to go home with a baseball.
11 hits for the Padres, 3 for Venable, 2 both knocking in runs by pitcher Clayton Richard, 2 for Logan Forsythe. One and 2 to Alonso. Forsythe would be next.
One thing I want to show the people at home watching, watch Miguel Oliva behind home plate. Watch how he catches the ball and it sticks it. He doesn't take the ball out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's strong hands right there, keeping that ball.
Struck him out. Padres get a run on a couple of hits. And we go to the 9th, a 9-5 Padre lead. And welcome back. Top of the 9th inning, and Chris Denorfia goes in defensively for Carlos Quentin. Denorfia in left, and Luke Gregerson stays on the hill.
So that phone call that we saw from Darren Balsley from the dugout to the bullpen to sit down Houston Street, no longer a safe situation. Luke Gregerson will get another inning of work and give Houston another night off. Hopefully he can throw up a goose egg here in the 9th.
Michael Saunders will pinch hit for the pitcher Oliver Perez. And here comes Bud Black. Maybe Houston Street is going to come in after all in the 9th inning.
Or maybe somebody else. It looked like, yep, Joe Thatcher.
Joe Thatcher's going to pitch. Oh, he's waiting. Black waited for manager Eric Wedge to bring on the pinch hitter. Saunders, a left-hander, and then the call for Thatcher, the lefty against left-hander.
San Diego Padres as we go here to the top of the 9th inning, and Clayton Richard not only getting it done on the mound tonight, but also at the plate. Mark Sweeney.
Yeah, he felt good swinging the bat, got a little cutter in, and had a huge hit. We all talk about the big hit. Clayton Richard had that tonight.
Absolutely. Well, join us on the post-game show. 4th inning fun. The pitchers are pitching in, and of course we'll hear from manager Bud Black. Dick and Bud, back to you guys.
All right, sounds like fun. We'll be there. Michael Saunders, the pinch hitter. Thatcher, the pinch reliever, and the first pitch is a 4-3 groundout. So Bud Black noting that Saunders a lefty to bat, and then the next hitter is Ichiro. Brings in Thatcher. 1 pitch, 1 out. Franklin Gutierrez moves into the on-deck circle. Ichiro and Gutierrez have combined for 5 of the 7 Seattle hits. Ichiro safe on an error in the first inning. On Forsythe's error, scored, singled in the 3rd, scored, has struck out and singled. So a 2-for-4 night for the veteran, 38-year-old, 10-time All-Star. Over but low.
Well, now after that last at bat by Saunders, opponents 15 for 71 off Joe Thatcher.
That breaking ball catches the inside corner. Suzuki with a little quick look at the umpire as if he didn't believe. Back through the middle and into center field. A 3-hit night for Ichiro. He sure knows where all the holes are.
Yes, he does. Uses the whole field. And that ball was well off the plate. Joe Thatcher having Ichiro fish for it, right? The whole key, when you look at his whole body, but just watch his hands. Keeps his hands back, and that's the big key for Ichiro.
Gutierrez has 3 hits, so 3 for
Ichiro, 3 for Gutierrez, including a 2-run homer that started the scoring in the very first inning. Clayton Richard came out. Ichiro was safe on the air by Forsythe, and Gutierrez clubbed the home run to make it 2-0. Then Oliva led off the second inning with a solo homer into the left field corner, 3-0. And they added another run top of the third, 4-0. Did Seattle before the Padres rallied. 2 in the third and then 5 in the fourth. Inside.
And one more base runner, and then it will be a safe situation. We just saw the bullpen. Houston Street off with the jacket and warming up again for the Padres.
Bud Black updating his scorecard. See who's available. Good cut by Gutierrez. Homered, single to right, single to center, and then grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. So if you look back on the season, Mud Grant, if there's one statistic, and I think we overworked the numbers, and I'm as guilty as any of them, what one number has been the most disappointing for the Padres?
Well, I'd have to say the thing that jumps out, first of all, is the runners in scoring position.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
195 starting tonight. Padres are 7 for 13 tonight.
That's awesome.
And lead 9-5 at the moment. Count goes 2-2 on Gutierrez.
You know, I'm betting in those runners in scoring position situations tonight, the hits they've gotten, they were mistakes that they capitalized on. High fastballs, high sliders. Good situational type hitting.
That one ripped into the left field corner, but hooking foul up into the second tier.
Strike 2.
It already was strike 2.
I
It's
know,
2-2.
but I just like saying it. Let's see if he spins on this one. Yeah, it just catches too much of the plate. It's elevated.
Off speed slider. We have one out here in the top of the 9th inning with the Padres leading 9-5. Ichiro's at first base. Count level 2-2. And Franklin Gutierrez. Ground ball toward the hole. He's got a 4-hit night. He came into the game with 4 hits all season, and he's got 4 tonight. So first and second with 1 out. And here's Kyle Seager.
Oh, lefty on lefty here. Thatcher, Seager. Great effort by Cabrera. Well, this. I think even if Thatcher strikes him out, it's probably going to be his last hitter. Houston Street. It's now a safe situation. We'll see how Buddy Black goes about it.
Seager would like to atone for a couple of errors tonight that led to 3 unearned runs for the Padres, as Street more serious now in his throwing. But he's 0 for 4 as well, so it's been a rough night for the third baseman. He is their top RBI man with 45, and he's got 10 home runs this year.
Oh, big gap.
Right center.
Yes.
Ball 1.
Ooh, pretty good pitch. You know, looking ahead at the on deck hitter, Justin Smoke, a switch hitter. Yeah, he's splitting hairs. Right side for Smoke, 219. Left side, 220 for the Mariner hitter.
How about home runs?
Home runs.
That's a strike.
10 from the left side, 1 from the right side.
So
we'll probably see
want him
Houston
to
Street come in to face him, turn him around to the left side.
But he's got 10 home runs from the left side.
I'm sorry, the opposite then. No, Street would come in. Or no, you're right. I'm getting mixed up.
Those switch hitters do that.
Thatcher would probably face it.
Fly ball to left, hit well. Quentin Denorfia in the game, able to play that one, and that was a tough line drive right at him that turned him halfway around, but able to stagger back and make the catch for the second out. So Seager, a rough 0 for 5 night with a couple of errors. And here's Smoke.
Boy, kind of a different route. Bottom line, he makes the out. Going left, going right, going back, and squeezing it for the out.
That ball slicing away from him.
So he is going with his closer at Houston Street. And Smoke will bat from the left side.
So Houston Street, our trivia answer. College World Series MVP comes in to try to get the final out. Justin Smoke, who is 1 for 3 in the game, an infield hit and a sacrifice fly. That gives us a chance tomorrow night, 6 o'clock for Padres Live, 7 o'clock game. It'll be Felix Hernandez for Seattle against the Padres' Jason Marquis, and then Sunday a 1 o'clock game, noon, for our pregame show here on Fox Sports San Diego. Volquez and Noesi are the pitchers, and then the Padres go on the road to Houston, Colorado, and Arizona.
Didn't it just seem like we got off the road? For crying out loud.
Always seems like we're just off the road. Now Houston Street, making his 17th appearance, has 8 saves.
Well, it's all about the pinpoint control from Houston Street. Nice numbers. Opponents hitting 148 off the veteran right-hander. And that's what Bud Black is betting on. We talked about from the right side and the left side. Only 1 home run from the right side for Smoke, 10 from the left side. But I think Houston Street's going to pitch him away, Dick. Give him left field, nothing soft that he can pull out of the ballpark. So if that's the case, Cameron Maben or Chris Denorfia might get some action on a fly ball to the outfield.
It points out, Mark Grant, how big the run was in the last of the 8th inning off Perez to get that 4th run. Otherwise, Smoke would be representing the tying tally here in the top of the 9th.
That's why you always have to press on and never get content. Always try to add on.
Street completing his warm-up pitches. Native of Austin, Texas, and of course, as most of you know, from a very talented athletic family. His father, an All-America quarterback at the University of Texas. So the switch hitter Smoke will hit from the left side. He struck out, sacrifice fly to center, grounded to third, and safe on an infield hit. That was the ball that he struck on a low liner off Dale Thayer. Thayer threw to first on a very acrobatic slide and throw, and actually the replay showed Smoke was out, but he was credited with an infield hit. 2 on, 2 out, top of the 9th. Padres trying to make it 4 in a row against Seattle. Ball 1. Fastball.
You see the outfield playing a little bit on the deep side, just a tad, and going the opposite way. First pitch missing away. I think that's going to be the plan here for Houston Street. Fastball fastballs away, backdoor breaking balls.
That ball hit high in the air. Denorfia waiting for it to come down, and when he squeezes it, the Padres have a 9-5 victory.
There's that fly ball to left field I was talking about.
Right on. 2 left by the Mariners in the 9th. The Padres, after their sweep up north in Seattle, win the first of this 3-game series, and now are 7-6 interleague. So a 9-5 win, 9 runs, the most scored by the Padres at Petco all season. Andy Mazer, you're all ready to go.
Absolutely, Dick, and thank you very much as the Padres get the win here in game